When I was 4 years old, I remember my mom packing us up, and we took a taxi and picked up my sister. I remember us picking her up from school and going to the Greyhound bus station. I asked my mom where we were going. She said, oh, we're going to Detroit because Stevie Wonder sent for me. My aunts and uncles would come and say that she needed to go to the hospital, but as children, we didn't realize anything differently about our mom. So going to Detroit didn't seem unusual. We got to Detroit and checked into a hotel that night. It was some hours later, a man drove us to basically what was a homeless shelter. When we were in Detroit, we lived in this rundown, horrible, infested building. My mother was not a smoker, but in Detroit, she smoked. One night, she told us, me and my sister, to go and get her cigarettes. And we knew the store on the corner. She gave us money and we left. It was almost 10 o'clock at night. I was 4 years old and my oldest sister was 6. Even to think about that today is kind of absurd. It just seemed okay. We were just obeying our mom. The door was locked, but there were people in there, and we knocked and tried to get him to let us in. And the 60s weren't a very kind time. We set out to find another store. We began to walk and wander. After some moment of time, we came upon a store. We got the cigarettes. At that point, we began to walk back and realized we were lost. Didn't know the street, didn't know the address, just didn't know even which way we had turned. There was a crowd of people. They were protesting something that was always going on. I suggested to my sister, maybe if we cross the street, somebody could help us. This gentleman is there, this tall white man. He asked, are you girls lost? We said, yes. And he says, well, where do you live? We don't know where we live. And he said, let me take you home. All of a sudden, we turned down our street. And he said, is this where you live? We said, yes. And he said, go on upstairs, your mother's waiting. I get emotional when I think about this story because I know that it was some miracle that we were saved. As I got older and began to reflect upon my life and just the many gifts and blessings and grace that I've had in my life, I realized that that was an angel from God. My aunts and uncles, my cousins, to this day, they call us the miracle children. And so I felt that that's been a basis of my faith. He's always there, around every corner.